what I should have put up on the website.
Twitch feed is
The
live.
show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to Boliga, where no show has gone before. Live long and prosper, bitches.
And it's 24 hours of GNT live from the Caridian Theater in South Branson with your hosts Gettysburg 7 and Terry Lynn, also with Ceridium, Jesfa, Kajiro, Steve, special guests Sunseal, Fark, 5-Year Mission, Adrian, so many more. Tony Danza's gonna stop by. It's gonna be a show. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Terry Lynn.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show 24 Hours fundraiser extraordinaire. It is 2016, and welcome.
October 29th for Michael Hinman.
It is October 29th, 2016 for Michael Hinman, just in case you weren't sure.
Look at you. Don't you look stunning in your silver lame dress?
Thank you. The pumps are killing me, though. The pumps are killing me. I have to say, they'll probably come off in the next hour. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and you sir, looking
pump.
Dashing with that tuxedo with the parachute pant pockets on the side.
Thank you. It's hammer time.
And Ceridium.
Up in the booth, we have Ceridium.
In the booth, and
did you notice my tuxedo? It's painted on.
Nice.
Aren't you cold?
So that's why there was a dangly bit at the bottom.
Shush.
In his glass enclosed producer's berth.
Hey, Klingon, move that baldric.
Easy.
cover that thing.
And for those that are looking for Steve, we have him in an airless, lightless room, so you can't see him.
Well, I'm just going to find how you do.
Hi, everyone.
I'm just going to say, I think Kajiro's entrance music is a little must.
Oh, God, I love that noise. Hi, Kojiro.
Hi, good morning.
And don't you look dapper in your white tux a la Rick from Casablanca?
Actually, yes. I thought it was more like the tails, the white tux with tails, was like the Xavier Cugat kind of thing.
And Sensei all dressed like Tito Puente, which I'm not quite understanding.
Or is it Sheila E? I can't tell.
Oh, speaking of Sheila E, did you realize that Sheena Easton's going to be on to sing Morning Train later?
My baby. I'm sorry.
You know, she was singing that, and then Prince got a hold of her, and she started singing about her sugar walls.
Ew. Hi, Sensei all.
Hello.
Welcome, and Janet, Miss Semantic Shenanigans herself.
Thank you. Hello.
I will say this, that your graduation gear is looking a little frayed. You might want to take it off.
This is a judicial robe.
Whatever.
That's right. She's the judge this 24-hour show.
Here come the judge.
Here come the judge.
Speaking of which,
here come the judge.
Jespa, before you showed up, we were in the green room, and I was telling them that we got some challah bread that we were eating last night.
Oh, yes.
And I told them to make French toast out of it.
Hell yeah. It's the best French toast.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you don't like French toast?
Then you're stupid.
Change.
And before Steve's bot came in here and ruined everything, I was saying, you're talking about French toast challah bread, and I'm thinking, the only thing that's going through my head is, who French toasts cats?
By the way, it's pronounced challah.
See, I told you.
Challah.
Challah.
When you say that, I just want to pump my hands up in the air and go holla, holla.
Holla, everybody.
I thought it was Jewish.
We never did that in synagogue.
It's very Klingon. What was that, Janet?
We never did that in synagogue, and if we did, I'd probably be going back.
What? Throw your hands in the air like you just don't care?
Yeah. Oh, I'm really sorry, cousin Rafi. He's a rabbi. Sorry.
Easy, Ellenberg.
Swim the warm waters of sins of the flesh. Yeah, might as well.
Wow, already the first Rocky Horror reference.
I'm loving it. I can't believe it. And we're live, everybody. Oh, we've got a long 24 hours, but very, very cool.
Yes, I will let you all know today that, quite seriously, because later when I have to take my meds, I'm going to miss an hour or two because it makes me very tired. So this year, I don't think I'll be doing 25 hours. I will be taking some breaks because of my meds.
No worries.
Good thing there's plenty of us to go around to fill the gaps.
Yeah, we got your back.
That just makes us sound dirty. There's plenty of us to go around to fill the gaps. What?
Oh yeah. Hey, I brought
that
the lubricant.
kind of show.
It sounds like an orgy.
If I knew it was going to be that kind of show, I'd have fucked the mashed potatoes.
And so it begins.
Hey, did the Cubs win last night?
No.
I mean, sad.
No.
I mean, sad.
Yeah, somebody in the chat room is probably going to kick your ass, but
well, here's the thing. I want them to win. I really do, but I don't. Just because look what happened to the Red Sox after they won. They're just another team.
Yeah,
You're right. For a century they've been the lovable losers. What's their identity after they win?
Exactly. And you know,
the lovable losers who won once.
Whole, what was it, Back to the Future thing?
You know, there's that whole, you know, like I tell the Red Sox fans, okay, so you won 2 World Series now. So did the Florida Marlins.
The who now?
Who are the Marlins? What?
Yeah.
that football team from, like, what was it?
No, the Marlins. Now they're the Miami Marlins, I think. They changed their name to Miami.
They did change it to Miami.
But seriously,
the Purple
they
Marlins?
won 2 World Series.
Purple Marlins. Poor Nick. We're already harassing him.
I don't care. I'm a Yankees fan. Y'all got a long way to go to catch up.
I was just bummed that the Giants, they
tanked.
Yeah, they just gave up. But it's hockey season now.
It is. Isn't that hard to believe?
Absolutely.
Nice. I'm happy about
once
that.
again, I'm just disgusted that there's any teams in California or Florida or Arizona or Texas.
All right. I wasn't sure if Jen Ucelis, who's in our chat room, the lovely Klingon pop warrior herself, she's a White Sox fan, she says, so she pretty much doesn't give a shit.
Am I ever going to get an intro at some point?
Oh!
Wow, talk about needy.
Hey, you introduce everyone else, including people in the chat room. I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Because we're saving it for a big moment, you tool.
Big moment.
All right. Go ahead, Terry. Introduce him.
All right. I know. This needy guy who also happens to be the most amazing, sweet, wonderful host of Live, Love, Play.
Thank you.
Another Busy Little Beaver production. Ross.
Hello, and I'm here in my... Well, now I feel all special. I'm sitting here in my Live, Love, Play t-shirt, blue Hawaiian shirt, and no pants.
By the way, Terry, I am in our G&T t-shirts from way long ago.
Are you? I'm not. And
are you shirtless?
Ross, are you doing like I always imagined Tom Brokaw never wore pants under the
I'm not wearing pants either, so hey, it's a thing.
Scarier, Frank Reynolds.
Well, I think Ron
and
Burgundy.
John Chancellor. John
Ron
Chancellor
Burgundy.
never wore pants.
John Chancellor. Walter Cronkite.
And
it was a tasteful skirt, though.
You don't even want to know the games that David Brinkley played with him on the air.
Yeah, the webcam only captures from the chest up anyway.
Webcam?
What?
When I live stream.
When you live stream, yeah, that's true.
He's got a webcam. I think we also have to mention Ross has graciously provided his Twitch channel for the 24 hours of G&T.
Speaking of Twitch, everybody, do not forget that if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can now get a Twitch Prime channel for free. So you can join Twitch Prime, and you can subscribe to any Twitch channel for free as an Amazon Prime member. So use your Amazon Prime information, sign on to Twitch, and subscribe to Live, Love, Play.
Unfortunately, subscriptions
Doesn't
only
have a
work
sub button.
for partnered channels. I am not
We're
partnered
getting there.
yet.
We will push to get that happening.
I
So-
will need a lot more followers. So by all means, please do sign up for Twitch Prime. It's a great service. But visit my channel, twitch.tv/subsailor688, and
Smack that
follow.
Follow.
I hate to tell you, Ross, I already
Stalkers.
am following Kirsten because she's awesome and hilarious and hot.
Okay, cool.
You're allowed
All
to
right.
follow more than one person, right?
Not for free.
All right, so let's
You can follow as many people as you like for free. You only subscribe to people for money.
right.
But then that means I gotta do more stuff.
No more stuff. We are on
realize
Twitch.
what it
I don't
took
know
for
if
me
we're
to
on Twitch
remember
right
that
now. Are we on Twitch?
Yes, we are. We are live on Twitch.
Woohoo!
And I had 5 people viewing the channel right off the bat. That's the most consecutive I've had so
Awesome.
far.
Awesome.
The
Right
lovely
on.
and talented Jen Ucelis asked if someone could put this link
In
to
the
Twitch
chat
in the
room.
chat.
The twitchy chat.
I will in just a moment.
Yes,
We are also on Facebook Live and we're also on YouTube Live as well.
Hot darn. Oh my god. When did we get all like technical and shit? Oh, that's right. We have Steve and Mike. Thank
And
you.
there
And
it is.
Ross.
Well, speaking of technical and stuff, this is going to make John Van Sitters very happy. And I like to make John
Okay.
Van Sitters happy because then, at least for one day, he doesn't roll his eyes at me.
That is true.
So my birthday, Thursday,
Which, by the way, happy birthday. I'm sorry
Thank
I
you.
missed it.
my lovely bride got me some amazing stuff, including, I don't know where she found it, but it's money. It's like a $50 bill, but it's Federation credits, 50 Federation credits, and it's got the original cast on it and the Starfleet logo and everything, and it's S1966 2016 T. Gene Roddenberry is the serial number, and on the back side it's
What
the
the heck?
Enterprise. Yeah, it's limited edition Star Trek $50 collectible bill and currency holder.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
She also got me, Terry, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
On Blu-ray, the 50th anniversary set.
Wow,
here's
that's
what's-
nice.
Here's what's in the 30-disc Blu-ray collection.
Holy crap.
The entire original series, the entire animated series, the animated adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek, the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, director's cut and theatrical release, Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Final Frontier, Undiscovered Country, Journey to the Silver Screen, 50th Anniversary Starfleet Insignia Badge, and collectible art illustrated by Juan Ortiz for movies 1 to 6.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow. God,
she loves me.
yeah, I was gonna say, dude, you rate. What the hell?
Yeah, she's awesome. And then get this, so we went to a great Chinese restaurant, the local one. Oh, she also got me a you know the cordless charger that like Mike has that you put your phone on and it charges,
Yeah.
but it's got the Batman symbol on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And
Sweet.
we went to the movies and saw that new horror film Ouija, or as she likes to pronounce it, Ouija, because it's we and ja from ja from German. But we were the only 2 people in the entire theater.
That doesn't
Seriously.
surprise me.
Well, it was a Thursday
So
afternoon at
you
2
went
o'clock.
to a horror movie and had a makeout session.
No, we were watching the movie, stupid.
And now the
Oh,
insults
man.
just get flung right
But
out
we
the
were-
door.
It was awesome because it was like the world's largest television screen with the best sound system ever. Because this theater is the one with the Barca loungers in it that are reclinable and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
So we were the only 2 people in. And let me just tell you, when you're in a horror movie and you get up to go to the bathroom and you have to walk down the hall and there's nobody else in the theater because it's Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, it's a little creepy. It's just a tad creepy.
Yeah, it is. It must be.
Or so you thought you were alone.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, but he was a really nice guy.
I know it's. I know it's kind of early.
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the guests that we have scheduled for the 24 hours, plus some of the prizes that we have available. Mike, do you want to kind of touch on some of that?
Which one first?
Guests. Let's talk about some of the people that are
Guests.
going to be coming on and when they might be able to tune, when our listeners can tune in if there's somebody that they specifically want to hear.
Kipley?
Yeah.
Well, next
Kipley.
hour is Al Rivera, and then
Kipley?
the following hour is Kipley and James. Then we have Dayton and Kevin.
Nice.
And then we have Nick and his match game. And for that, we have Evie and Avery from Tales from 10 Forward.
That's awesome.
Marv from Club 602. The Klingon pop warrior Jen Ucelis.
Yay.
From Star Trek Continues, Wyatt Linhart. And our friend, Rico Anderson.
Rico!
Yes.
I love him.
Women at
Suave.
Yes, suave. Women at Warp will be sitting down with semantic shenanigans and getting into all kinds of mischief, I'm sure.
Jara's gonna be here, yay!
And then 5-Year Mission is suing the hell out of Trek geeks, and Judge
Yes, this
Janet
should be fun.
will be presiding. She'll be holding court. John
I run a
Jackson-
tight ship, folks.
There you go.
Dum. Can I be your Rusty?
I already have a Rusty. Sorry.
Rusty trombone?
That's different.
You.
Oh.
Ew.
Then we've got John Jackson Miller, Mission Log Podcast. J.K. Woodward is going to be coming on. And Adrian, Priority One Podcast. And then so many more that we're keeping secret for now.
Hey, Miller, I'm looking at you. It's going to be go time.
He can't wait.
It's going to be
Yeah.
go time.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a full show. And speaking of, since J.K. Woodward, he's providing our grand prize this year.
Yes, that is so awesome.
It's very cool.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought it said Marco Palmieri. Mark Pullman. I thought it said Marco Palmieri.
Oh.
I was
Yeah, Pullman. Hi, Mark.
not
Pullman.
downing you, Mark Pullman. I just thought for a second that the great editor Marco Palmieri was joining us, and I would have really had to leave because I would have had a heart attack.
You were going to say you would have had to change your diaper.
Yeah, I really would.
I have a knock at the door.
He has a knock at the door. So.
Oh, the hooker arrived that we ordered for.
Oh, is it the strip? Oh,
Yes.
cool.
You guys ordered one too?
Well, I got a one-legged midget.
With a peg leg? Is it a peg?
I don't
Please
know
tell me
what
it's a
you-
peg leg.
I don't know what you people are doing. I ordered him a huge cake, so
No.
That's
But
I got
the
him a
stripper
signature
comes out of it.
firefighter.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, the little person is going to jump out of.
That's good jumping.
Room service.
you want mint for pillow?
I didn't get him a Korean.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that was housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Oh, because it's only 9:30 in the morning there.
That is true.
I stay and watch. I join in.
I
Mike,
take
if you
care
know,
of your morning wood.
Mike, you throw an extra George Washington down, you might get something special.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So did we talk about the prizes yet?
we were talking
Um,
about your prizes of strippers,
Oh
peg leg,
boy.
little people, and hookers and
Okay.
blow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish
the
I
blow.
I
Nobody
wish I had
mentioned
all of the above.
God, could you imagine Mike on coke?
Look at Reyes is all pissed off, going, "Don't joke about that. I work at a hotel. We know you work at a hotel. Turn it up, Robert."
Hey, Robert, is it a red sweater today?
He had
Honor
told
and
us
glory to
blue
you, Mr.
sweater.
Tripp. What was that?
when he
Mikey?
had first joined the chat room. Robert Reyes says that he is not wearing a red sweater today.
Oh,
Then
okay,
you come
good.
back when you're wearing a red sweater.
Or we'll turn this show around.
So
I mean it.
We have some great prizes, but the grand prize is it.
J.K. Woodward is going to Trekify you.
Yep. If you guys got to see the wonderful, amazing print, or not even print, the original work of art that J.K. Woodward did for Sorry, which features me, Nick, and Mike.
Oh God, that thing is so amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
Is that, you know what? Is that our cover photo on our Facebook page?
I don't know.
It's mine.
It's on
No,
Mike.
all three of it. Mike, you should make that the cover photo for the show.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it could be done. The grand prize for this is you would have one of those done of yourself. J.K. Woodward has graciously agreed to
Amazing.
a commission piece for our grand prize winner, who would be able to turn in a photo of their either of themselves or their favorite person turned into their favorite Trek species, just like we have
It
on
gets
ours.
better.
Yeah, I know.
It's supposed to be, from what I understand, it's going to be color, and it's going to be a larger size than the one that we had
Wow.
that I had originally commissioned. So this is awesome.
This is
Tell her
really
right,
amazing.
please.
And if you don't know who J.K. Woodward is and you want to know his style, please just do yourself a favor and Google him. J.K. Woodward is the artist for IDW Comics. He's exceptionally famous for his artwork that he did in the crossover of Star Trek The Next Generation and Doctor Who. And it's beautiful, beautiful work.
And he's as politically incorrect as we are.
And he is. And he's awesome. And he wants to, and he can't wait to talk about things other than Star Trek when he
I
gets
was
onto the
so
show.
surprised by how young he was.
I know. He's
And
big.
because of JK, I got to meet
Yes, you did, Mr. Byrne.
John Byrne.
John Byrne.
I actually stuttered and stammered and get from JK. That was professional, man. Way to go.
And
Don't we have a signed John Byrne book too?
yeah, it's in our prize list. But how do people win the grand prize, you may ask?
Oh my
Mike,
God, you guys.
Mike, how do people win the grand prize?
Yeah, Mike, how does that happen?
Very
Please
simply.
enlighten us.
Be the highest donor over the course of the 24 hours, and it's all yours.
The J.K. Woodward prize.
Yes, the JK prize. Yes, the grand prize.
The grand prize.
And
But to
Terry, do
be-
you want to tell them for every $50 donation?
For every $50 donation, Nick is doing a shot. Of what?
It is vodka.
Coca-Cola.
It's
No,
vodka?
it's vodka.
Okay. All right.
It is some vanilla flavored vodka.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, ew, straight vodka. That would kind of suck. I would rather
Vodka.
I would do
Vodka.
schnapps if I was gonna be doing shots of something because at
Well,
least
this
it's
is what I
flavored.
had in the house.
Okay.
And if by some chance I run out of that, I'll do a shot of hot sauce.
Oh my God, you're gonna hurt. Your poop is gonna hurt.
Oh, it's already. I had to take my medicine this morning. It was already a morning. No, seriously, I hate these days. Well, because of my surgery.
Right. Oh my God. But we have some amazing prizes. We want to give a shout out to all of our wonderful donors of prizes. That's a lot of the authors, Dayton and Kevin and David Mack and John Jackson Miller.
David Mack was the first one to volunteer a prize, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
How come he's not joining us? Is he at a convention?
Yeah, he's at a con.
Yeah.
He's at a con. And otherwise he would totally be with us.
Oh,
And
I have
then
no doubt.
and Robert Reyes, the answer is no. And we also have he just read it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have a signed copy of Star Trek, the first book in the Star Trek Prey series, signed by John Jackson Miller. We
That's awesome.
have a great Yesterday Was a Lie package signed by James Kerwin and Kipley Brown that will include the graphic novel of Yesterday Was a Lie, the soundtrack of Yesterday Was a Lie, and a copy of Yesterday Was a Lie on DVD.
Can I
It's-
win that?
Because no.
Why?
You want to donate money? Go for it. You can do
I
it.
have to check. I have to check with my accountant.
Okay. And we also have 3 signed movie posters of Yesterday Was a Lie, which, by the way, everybody, if you haven't seen this, it's an amazing independent film directed by James Kerwin and stars Chase Masterson and Kipley Brown. Actually, Kipley's actually the lead actress in this movie. And I would say it's a sci-fi film noir. And beautifully, beautifully done. And we have 3 signed full-size movie posters of this.
This
as
is
well.
a good chance to at the beginning of the show, and then I figure about 12 hours into it, and then at the end too. This is a good chance. Ross, tell us about Live Love Play.
Live Love Play is a multimedia content hub that caters to a broad spectrum of geeky interests, including its 3 main subjects are fandom, lifestyle, and gaming. Each one of those corresponds to the 3 words in the title: live, love, play. Live your life to the fullest because you only get one. Celebrate the things you love and don't let haters get you down. Never
Haters.
stop playing. Yes. Never stop playing because it keeps your heart young.
Oh.
Very nice. Now, Mike, you're involved in Gates' Stovocore and several other. Tell us about those.
They are audio dramas. I work with Ross on many of them, including Gates and Blood of the Near and Starfinder and all kinds of fun. But they're audio dramas. Gates of Stovocore is from the Klingon perspective. We are Klingons exploring the Star Trek Online universe, going on our own little adventures, but we're anchored in the Stowe verse. And then Blood of the Near is from the Romulan perspective, but it's much the same way. And then finally, Starfinder is kind of like a Federation take on the series.
Now, Son, you're involved in some podcasts, correct? And Mike, you also have the Doctor Who one.
Yes, Son and I, we do Straight Out Gallifrey together. But I'll let Son talk.
Oops, sorry.
So I'm part of several podcasts myself. Every Friday I co-host a show with Midnight over there. Steve, Tribbles in Ecstasy, and every once in a while, me and Mike Ceridium get together and we do Straight Outta Gallifrey, which covers the Doctor Who news.
Yay!
Anything else?
I've been known to make a few appearances on can't remember his name. Chooch.
Oh,
George.
George.
He has his own podcast called Super Geeks, and I've made a few appearances there as well.
Which is featured on Live Love Play.
Nice.
Yay!
And Jesfa, you are now in the business.
Yes, indeed. Semantic Shenanigans is basically we're covering where law, society, scholarship, and fandom collide, because we all live kind of a geeky, almost a fantasy life, in our fandoms, but we also, of course, all live in the real world, and those things collide. Well, much of the time. So places where these collide are not just in legal cases such as copyright infringement, but also things like talking about how fandom affects how we deal with other people, what we think about in fandom, how we treat each other, what happens when a cosplayer is bothered, what happens when an actor is arrested for DWI. It's all of these things and more. And of course, we'll have a discussion later, and you'll get into some of the guts of what we like to talk about and think about, and what we ponder, and what my lovely co-host Shanna is actually getting her doctorate in.
Awesome. And I have the Gettysburg's address, which is it's far different from GNT. Would you agree, Terry and Mike?
Absolutely.
I have a style that I've cultivated on that on my own, and that is whatever is striking me at that time. Now, something interesting happened this week. I realized, and Terry, this might shock you, and Janet and Alan, I have never seen The Last Picture Show.
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I love Peter Bogdanovich. And so the first guest I had on the Gettysburg's Address was James Kerwin, and it was I thought it was a great interview. We discussed the power of the auteur in television versus movies, in director's medium versus an actor's and writer's medium. And so I reached out to James, and he hasn't seen it either. So I think we're going to pick a series of movies that we've never seen, and then watch them, and then critique them and talk
what
about them.
a great idea. I love that idea a lot.
And
What
and
have you guys
classic films.
chosen first? Have you chosen the
Last
first?
Last
Last
Picture
Picture Show.
Show.
Duh.
And then there's the film Joe with Peter Boyle. Have you ever heard
Oh,
of that?
yeah, I have, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's there's a series of films that I haven't seen. Believe it or not, I've never seen The Thin Man.
Oh, Nicanor Asta.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Really?
Myrna Loy, and yeah. So
Oh my God, that's awesome.
right. So there's these classic films. So this week I had to tell the wife, I was like, yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff set from TCM that I'm I'm gonna watch. And this weekend, by the way, if your cable system or satellite system has TCM, this is an amazing weekend because it's all the classic horror film. Like Earth versus the Flying Saucers is on this weekend. It's
The Invisible Man was on last night,
Yeah.
as was the Wolf Man.
Yeah, they're showing all the classic Universal and even the Hammer films.
What about Day of the Triffids?
You know what? That's
I
not.
love that film.
Ah,
Are
That's
they showing
not.
them? Are they showing them?
No, and you know what?
I love that film.
That for a film from when that came out, that first thing where the little girl just points and says them. Oh my
Mhm.
God, that was creepy. And even though it was a cheesy 50s movie, um, it still was pretty good. The ants, for those that don't know, it's about giant ants. The movie is very much a product of the nuclear testing of the 1950s and the fear that people had. And what happens is these ants become the size of Greyhound buses. And ants are kind of vicious creatures if you've ever studied anything about them. And they wind up going through the sewer tunnels under LA. And it's a great 50s horror movie. What,
wow.
like Terry, you have Day of the Triffids, and Janet, you just mentioned them. What are some of y'all's favorite uh, films from that time period? Because, like, of course, Day the Earth Stood Still is a classic, but that's so much more a commentary. Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, I
is
was just
a
gonna say that.
commentary. You could take your pick on communism
Well, and
or
that's what,
suburbia.
yeah, that's why I think Triffids kind of sticks with me, is because to me, although it was, when I was little, when I very first watched it, it was kind of scary. It was scary. And then as I kind of aged a little bit and I realized, oh, wow, it's kind of an in your face allegory for isolationism
Mhm.
and the dangers of isolationism.
Which was a
And
very big thing in the
yeah,
50s
yeah.
as the people moved from the cities into the suburbs. The Great Migration took place.
And they even took it a step further when they remade it for a television series with BBC remade it as a
Day of the
television series.
Triffids?
Yeah. And it- it was actually really, really good. It was really good. So it
When was
ended up being
that?
one of in the 90s. In the 90s. And it was, you know, I don't know. Part of me says it's almost the precursor to some of the stuff that comes out in like The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead. It's that same thing of, how does a group of what we consider to be, good guys, and how do they deal with the continued enclosure of the stench around them, or
Mhm.
the inability to survive outside, and then how does that it's that Lord of the Flies mentality, right? It's how does a small group of people deal with that isolationism, and do they break down into the more animalistic, um, like they do in The Walking Dead? Do they break down into their ape mentality, or do they find a way to remain civilized? And it's an interesting aspect that is really started to come out in that 50s mentality too. That's why Day of the Triffids to me was always like the one thing that, yeah, you look back and it's people in or even rubber suit,
Yeah.
rubber plants, but it was really about the people who were inside the house as opposed to the plants on the outside of the house.
Here's now, of course, I don't want to drive anyone from listening to us, but here's today alone on TCM, the Black Scorpion. Giant prehistoric scorpions terrorize the Mexican countryside. Followed by The Blob.
Oh, there's a classic.
Steve McQueen.
You know the one
Mhm.
when it starts coming out of the grate in the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to run out of the. I used to run.
Followed by a classic, Village of the Damned.
That's an awesome film.
The kids with the glowing eyes.
Yeah, and they're all like waxworks, kind of these Aryan children.
Followed by Thing from Another World. Most people call it The Thing. Great movie. Then Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Then Blood and Black Lace. A mysterious killer stalks a design house's models. Then Carnival of Souls.
Oh, wow.
Then It's Alive. Remember that? The baby?
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great... Oh my god, you know what's on at noon tomorrow? The Tingler.
Wasn't that one of those where they would shake the
Yes, where they
the
put the little
seats?
buzzer in the seat. That was William Castle.
Is Pet Cemetery in there at all?
No, this is like The Abominable Dr. Phibes. Young
These are all like
Frankenstein
30s,
tomorrow
40s,
night at 8.
50s.
Young
Yeah.
Frankenstein followed by Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
Nick.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got to go get the bottle now.
He's got to go get the bottle.
So we haven't talked about what we're giving away this hour.
Oh, who did that? Who did that?
We lost Nick already.
Robert Reyes.
Robert
Oh,
Reyes
bastard.
skipped us over.
By the way, Monday morning at 9:45, Dementia 13, Francis Ford Coppola's 1963 horror movie.
Vodka
But
sucks.
first,
Thank you, Robert. Bastard.
Yay. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I can't think of any other like Halloween movies that
How about you, Alan?
You know, I was more of a fan of things like Twilight Zone and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you know what I was going to say just a moment ago while you were going through all the list of the movies. What's great about that era of movies? You know, you kind of look at them from a high level and you go, yeah, cheesy special effects and stupid rubber suits and everything. But the truth is, those stories were written as allegories for the fears of what people were going through at the time. Let's talk about the Red Scare and nuclear war and all that kind of stuff. And they really had, for all their cheesiness, there was a lot of depth to it. And that was one thing I really liked about Twilight Zone. And there's definitely some stinker episodes, and there's always those classic ones. But there's always the episodes I really liked were more about the psychology of how people react. And for example, like one of my favorite ones is there's a power outage in a neighborhood.
The Monsters Are Doing Maple Street?
Yes.
Yes.
It's such a classic because and it does end with a little bit of a cheesiness where the aliens really are the ones doing it. But the bottom line is that is about paranoia and how it can consume people and destroy people and everything. And those are the things I like about that era of science fiction is the way that they always brought it back to the people and made us look at ourselves.
I'm mad at myself that I knew exactly what episode you were talking about.
oh hell yeah!
But
yeah.
you know,
You're a
Claude
nerd.
Akins.
the very first episode of Twilight Zone was very much about that. It was the one where the guy was alone in the town walking through, and in the end, it turns out that he was in an isolation chamber because they were doing it to see how long someone could be alone before going nuts because they were getting ready for the quote the first manned moon mission.
Okay, right.
So he was like alone in a town, but it was all in his head.
Yeah, see, those are the stories that I really enjoy watching.
Yeah,
And they
those
did
are.
it with very little budget, and which is why you don't see the aliens very often. But that's actually a much better storytelling device.
How many of you listened to growing up? Because it was still for a lot of us, you could still find them. The old radio horror shows.
We never really had them where we
Mm-mm.
were. Yeah.
No,
Do
we
yourself
didn't
a
either.
favor. Go online. Hold on. I have a thing.
A thing? A link?
It's a link. Yeah, it's old time radio shows. It's on dumb.com.
Nick, you just dated us terribly. I feel like an infant in this group.
You are an infant in this group.
I was going to say, Ross, you are
Yeah.
an infant at this
I'm
group.
the
There-
youngest guy here.
I just put the link in the chat room, Mike. It's dumb.com/oldtimeradio, and if you scroll, it's got your adventures, your comedy, your crime. So it's got all the different genres, history, music.
I used to listen to the one of the local radio stations at home. They had every night on the weekends they would. This was before Coast to Coast was as popular as it is now.
Oh,
But-
Coast to Coast AM.
Yeah, but they would
Yeah.
play old time radio plays. Going. I think it was like from 10 to midnight or something, and but I used to fall asleep listening to those.
Yeah, those are great. They're so much scarier because even though the dialogue's cheesy and stuff, you're filling it in your head. And that's always so much scarier.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why John Carpenter's Halloween is still a classic, even if my wife says it's cheesy.
Yeah, but I see that's when I stopped actually kind of watching horror films, right? Because to me it was too scary. It was too scary.
Because it
And
was in
now-
your head.
Yeah, well, it was absolutely in my head, and
You can
And
always stick up something a whole lot scarier than what you ever see on a screen.
And that's been
I don't know
lost.
about that. Well, now see, the problem is that now everything's just gotten so graphically violent that I've never been able to, in a quiet situation, if it's a movie theater or if I'm at home, I've had a very difficult time differentiating the reality of it. Sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm so empathetic to the victims on a screen. I can't watch it. So I
And
have
to-
to, I actually get some of it. Sometimes it makes me ill. So
Well,
I have
see,
to leave.
to me, that's when The Walking Dead is at its best. Is I don't need to see somebody being torn apart by the zombies, but if there's another shot of someone reacting and you're hearing the screams off camera,
Yeah.
that to me is far worse.
Yeah, that's horrible stuff.
I don't know. I'm glad I don't watch it. Let's just put it that way. I would not do well. I don't handle those things well.
Oh,
I don't
you would have
mind
thrown
the
a
more
fit
s-
this week.
Oh, I
They killed
heard.
two main
Trust me,
characters.
I heard.
That was such a
Um,
great episode.
It was.
And
Well, Steve, BBC has a long tradition of audio drama. Correct?
They've got a long history of a lot of stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ, the British mentality. I swear to God. Yeah, you boil all
British
your food
still
too.
live in an empire state.
I just want to point out I tried to include Steve. Did you notice and see what he did?
I know, but we have to as we come around to this hour's end, we're already 10 minutes till the top of the hour. We
Wow.
do need to decide on this hour's prizes. Mike, why don't you just pick two? How's that? We'll make Mike do it. Let's make Mikey do it.
He won't do it. He hates everything.
And while he does that, I really want to take this moment right now to send our love to our good friend David Holquin.
Yes.
David
Yes, get well
is
soon.
one of our favorite Klingon friends and
The gentlest
DJs
soul.
over at trekradio.net, and amazing guy. He's been in the hospital for the past few days, I understand. And we just want to say we wish you all the very best and healthy and health and get well soon. And we love you, and we're sorry we're going to miss you, but we want
Yeah.
you to get better.
Here's my David memory, and there's many. And first of all, Mother David is awesome. We love her.
Hi, Mom David.
You realize he's not dead.
No, we know.
Okay.
We know,
But
we
no,
know.
I
but
was
we
really
just- we just
heartbroken
wanna
when you
yeah.
let us know that he was in the hospital, because David is somebody. When I was recovering from the really low moment in my life, I remember there was a night Terry was like, "Hey, jump on Stowe. David and I are just talking." Terry, do you remember that night?
I sure do.
And I jumped on and I fell asleep listening to David and Terry talk, but I was just so exhausted mentally and those that know David know his soft voice and everything. And when I woke back up, they were still talking, but it was just a really comforting thing. David's presence was just very, very comforting.
And we miss him. So we
Yeah.
hope you get better, honey.
And he is a great looking Klingon.
Yeah, no shit. When he's all decked out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Totally.
He's a
Leave it to
tough
the
cookie. He'll be
Romulan
good.
to say that the presence of a Klingon was comforting.
Well, it was.
All right. I think for this hour, because it is our first hour and we're just getting the bugs worked out of the system, I think we're going to give away the property of the USS Enterprise mug. And in honor of Nick's shot, the TOS Fine Art shot classes. One of those.
Perfect.
Hey, how come we
Perfect.
don't have DJ Plasma on?
We do, don't we? I don't know.
He is out of town this
Oh, he
weekend.
is.
He's camping. That's
what it was.
He can't join us.
I know, bastard.
Although he wanted to be here, but yeah.
All right, there's an advertisement on Facebook right now that just came up. It's the coolest whiskey gift, and it's balls of steel, and they look not like something you should be putting in your drink. Just letting you know that. I know they're drink
What was it?
coolers.
Balls of silk?
Steel.
Oh.
They're like
I've
they're
got
like little
balls of
fucking Benoit balls,
steel.
man. That's what they look like.
I wonder if that's what Abraham uses.
I'm like, ew. I mean, I can understand the little rocks that we have. What do we have, Alan? Those little, they're like
Whiskey stones?
whiskey stones. Yeah. But these
What
are
are we
like,
talking about?
you know,
I'm sorry, I stepped away to get coffee.
you know how we have those whiskey stones
Okay,
in
yeah.
the freezer? And you
Yeah.
put them in your whiskey so you don't melt, water
Yeah, so
down
you
your
don't
whiskey.
dilute the whiskey, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now they have this ad that I'm looking at on Facebook. Is like, get them balls of steel for a fun and very unique gift that will help them chill whiskey. And I'm looking at these balls and I'm thinking, I don't think that's what those are meant for.
Balls of steel.
That's what they're called. If anybody has an
Yeah,
old
they have
8-bit
they have a different name depending on what magazine you're looking at.
That's what I said. It's like if you were looking in an adult magazine, these would be something else.
Are they
And-
flavored? I'm asking for a friend.
They're steel flavored,
They're
okay?
steel flavored.
I was hoping for mango, something like that.
But if anybody remembers the
They're
old
pumpkin
8-bit
spice.
game, what was it? The Nintendo,
Awesome.
pumpkin spice. Ew. Remember the Nintendo game, Alan?
Blades of steel. I can still do the voice. I don't know. It's because your brothers played that game so much. And
Incessantly.
that's what you'd hear in the other room all the time. Blades of steel.
Get over here.
Yay!
One
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Well, never mind.
What?
What?
There was a couple.
One
and
time at band camp, Nick.
They were, no, it was in the barracks. And all we heard from The next room was, "Get over here!" And we knew what they were doing, so we all yelled, "Finish her!" through the wall.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love that game.
yeah.
I never played it.
Oh, they were playing it all right.
In the bedroom.
Yeah, no. It was Blades of Steel, lots of Zelda.
Zelda.
Lots of Zelda.
We played a lot of Zelda.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
never
just
played
nothing
it.
but sex noises from the main character. Ha! Yeah!
Listener laugh.
Hey, listen. What's great is Jen Ucelis remembers Blades of Steel. She said her brothers and her played the hell out of it.
I remember it. Yeah,
That was
I had
fun.
it too. Yeah.
Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel.
My all-time favorite NES sports game is not Bases Loaded. It was Baseball All-Stars. Have you guys
No.
remember? Oh my god, this game was so addicting because you got to create your own roster and you got to go and recruit ball players. So me and my cousins, we would spend hours and hours looking for the right person with the right stats to bring onto our team. And we would literally go on for days searching for the right pitcher, to fill our roster.
So kind of
And-
like Madden, when you're trying to build a team from scratch in Madden.
Right. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah, you basically you get to see who's the current recruits, and you go through and you build your team off of them. But of course, we wanted the ultimate team, so we would spend days and days looking through different players' stats, trying to find the right one. And of course, this wasn't like Madden where you're actually going through and selecting actual football players. All these people are fictional. I mean, so I don't remember any of the names, but I remember we laughed over some of the names because it was like Seymour P or something. I don't know. It was just hilarious. It was hilarious.
We had our first. What was your first, Mike? Let's go around. What was your first game system?
Oh, Atari 2600.
Nick,
Atari 2600.
Steve,
Commodore 64.
Jesus
my.
Christ.
Janet, did you have one?
No, I never have had a gaming system.
Ross?
Apple IIe.
Holy crap.
Oregon Trail.
Nice.
You
know,
have
I've
died
heard
of dysentery.
so much about that game, but never played it.
You never played the Oregon Trail?
Dude, I was in the army when that came out.
Point.
King's Quest, anyone? Remember going to
Oh
King's
yeah,
Quest?
remember
that was
Terry when
awesome.
we used to play King's
God,
Quest all
we
the
played
time?
King's Quest all the time.
But that was a computer game. It wasn't
Computer, that was
a
Mac.
console. Yeah.
And well, Alan,
Well, we
What
had
was yours?
the Super NES.
yeah.
And,
But our first one was the Intellivision.
oh yeah, that's right, in television. That's
Yeah, I
really
had-
going back.
I had Commodore 64, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Xbox.
I had Atari 2600. Then I had Intellivision.
Intellivision, that's what we
Then
had.
I had ColecoVision.
Wow.
Yeah.
ColecoVision. Oh my god.
ColecoVision was awesome, except it had I swear my carpal tunnel comes from that controller because it was like
The
a
single joystick one?
rectangle. No,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a rectangle with a keypad on it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
If somebody can
that
find,
was
where's
the
Matthew Anderson? We
Intellivision
need
one.
him.
The Intellivision
See,
one
you
had
gotta
a
remember a lot of the earlier consoles had handhelds that were not designed for
The hand.
ergonomics.
Oh yeah, no, it was more about just how can we fit all this. I mean, Intellivision itself it looked like a large phone.
Yeah.
And it had a full keypad in it with what it looked
No,
like
that
a
was
phone.
ColecoVision. That was ColecoVision.
No, that was Intellivision. Because then you put the little plastic when whatever game you were playing, you slipped the little plastic sheath.
That was
game thi-
ColecoVision.
No, it was in television.
Television, I remember
I didn't
as
have
being
ColecoVision.
2 discs.
No,
Kind of the forerunner of today's.
because I played baseball on it all the time, and I ended up. You have to put the little plastic game thing in there.
I
All
remember
right,
the
you guys.
2600. That you had calluses on your hands after playing with that.
All right. in
My
television.
first game with the screen on it was an Etch-a-Sketch.
Nice.
There we go. See this.
And we were happy to have it.
All right. Save that. Save. Copy. Save image as. There. There. See, every time I do this though, my chat room.
Look out, Terry's cutting and pasting.
There it is. Open. Da-da-da. That's the Intellivision. And I put it in the chat room.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, and ColecoVisions was similar.
Yeah.
Fake
Except-
wood grain.
Except
Fake,
instead of
totally
the-
fake wood grain. It
instead
looks
of
just
the-
like my mother's station wagon.
instead of
Controller
the-
not made for hand made for controller.
Yeah, and instead of a disc, the ColecoVision had a joystick on.
That was it. Had
Yeah.
the joystick with the single button in the corner.
Yeah.
That was trippy. Oh man. As well. I know, crazy.
Break time.
Yeah. I think it's time to take a break, reset. I'll set the recorder so we don't lose this, but
Time for
my-
station identification.
it's time for station identification.
This is the G&T show.
It's October 29th.
2016 for
For
Michael
Michael
Hinman.
Hinman.
We'll have to do that at midnight. For Michael Hinman.
Music for the GNT show is provided by 5 Year Mission, Enterprise Blues Band, Warp 11, Andrew Allen, and Greth Thor. The GNT show is a BLB production.
Move ahead, warp factor 10.